Welcome to Life in the God Lane. I'm Tom West, and this is a power verse for the day for the 30th of March, Wednesday, 2022, and it's from Romans chapter 8, verse 18. I call it Suffering and Glory, and I hope that you'll subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified every time I put one of these out. I do it every day, and make comments, do everything you can to help me get it out to as many people as I can. Did you know that bad things can come your way because you are a Christ follower and a child of God? On April the 5th, 1973, I was with Becky, it's my wife, at a shower for us. We were getting married the next day, and we're planning for me to go to Bible college and be a preacher. And I got a phone call from a guy I had invited to the wedding. And he was a friend of mine from my hometown, Flagstaff. I was living down in Phoenix. And this is a guy I'd known since I was 4 years old. And when I was a teenager, I ran with him and we partied and caused a lot of trouble for ourselves and other people. And that's kind of how we did some things in our teen years. But he was a friend of mine. I'd known him since I was 4 years old. And so he calls me and I answer the phone. And I hear my friend say, I could notice his voice, anytime I talked to him, I could hear his voice on the other end. He said, "West, where's the party?" and he said, "I came down for your bachelor's party." And I said something like this: "I'm sorry, Tom." His name was Tom too. "Sorry, there's no party. I'm a serious Christian now. In fact, I'm going to be a preacher." And on the other end of the line, I heard, "Oh." And so I said, "Hey, look, I hope you're planning to come to the wedding tomorrow." And he said, "I don't know." And he didn't make it. He did not make it. Now that was a moment of modest suffering for me. He was my friend and he mattered to me. And so let's take a look at Romans chapter 8, verse 18. "I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us." There's a natural price of suffering that is exacted for following Christ and becoming his child, and that being authentic. Sometimes it can be horrendous. Other times it can just kind of be painful and a little bit uncomfortable in relationships. But there will be some suffering. Remember that the world did not treat Jesus too well, and those who follow him get at least a bit of a dose of what he got. They didn't like Jesus. They killed him, But notice that our suffering now is not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. When we rule with Jesus in his kingdom at the day of the Lord, his glory won't compare to our present suffering. Think of it like this. On a scale of 1 to 100, our suffering might make it to 10, okay? But at the day of the Lord, if the glory scale was from 1 to 100, the glory would be 101. 101. So I'll take the suffering and go with his glory. Hope that's encouraging to you, and I will see you tomorrow.